Today, we're going to unpack a real media heavyweight, the Joe Rogan experience. It's definitely reshaped things.
It really has. Our sources, they paint a picture of just immense scale. We're talking millions of listeners every month.
A million.
Yeah, and specific episodes, sometimes soaring past like 20 million views on YouTube alone. It's massive.
It truly is. And our goal here, our mission, is to pull out the key reasons why from our sources. Why did JRE get so big? It's clearly not just one single thing.
No, it's a mix, a complex interplay, really.
Okay, so let's get into it. What's the first big peak? The timing seems critical, right?
Oh, absolutely critical. What's fascinating is how strategic that timing was. He launched JRE way back in 2009.
2009. Podcasting was barely, a thing then.
Exactly. It was the Wild West. So he wasn't just joining a trend. He was basically setting the template for a certain kind of podcast. That long-form chat style, he got there first.
Right. First mover advantage.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the timing, was it? His background before podcasting must have played a huge part. What did the sources highlight there?
Yeah, that's a huge factor. Think about it. Stand-up comedy. That really honed his conversational style, his ability to riff.
Okay.
Then you've got TV roles like news radio, Fear Factor. That gave him mainstream visibility. People knew who he was.
Right. Name recognition.
And don't forget the UFC commentating, years of it. That built a really dedicated, mostly male fan base. And, well, it gave him a sort of authority, a familiar voice. All that together created this foundation.
It's like all those threads came together, and this learner mindset people talk about with him. Yeah. How does the show's actual format feed into that, these hours-long unscripted talks?
Well, that format is key. It's completely different from, a tight 5-minute news segment. It feels raw.
Yeah.
Unfiltered.
Definitely
less polished. And that long form allows conversations to wander, to go deep. Our sources suggest listeners are genuinely hungry for some vestiges of reality, and this format seems to deliver that feeling. It builds a kind of trust, I think.
That makes sense. And that time, that space, it must allow for some really interesting guest choices too. It's not just one type of person.
No, not at all. The guest curation is really strategic. You get these huge names like Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Draws big audiences.
Sure.
But then he also features much more polarizing figures like Bob Lazar, the UFO guy. That episode apparently pulled in, 63 million views?
63 million. Wow.
Yeah. So that mix, that willingness to talk to almost anyone, it constantly keeps the show in the conversation, generates buzz.
Okay, so let's connect that to the audience who is listening. Our sources point to a very specific demographic, right? Young, male.
Predominantly, yes. The data suggests around 71% male, and a big chunk, 56%, are between 18 and 34.
And what are they looking for? The sources call them free thinkers.
Right. It seems they're looking for a sense of belonging, maybe.
Yeah.
And definitely that unfiltered discussion. They're drawn to spaces where, controversial ideas can be discussed openly without immediate shutdown. They seem to connect with that learner aspect, that questioning.
And linking this all together, there's the business side.
Yeah.
Rogan seems pretty savvy there. Early video adoption, that huge Spotify deal in 2020.
Oh, yeah. That Spotify deal, reportedly $200, maybe $250 million. That absolutely put podcasting on the map as a serious business. Big money.
Legit tintomized it.
Totally.
Wow.
And then the shift in 2024, moving away from exclusivity back to multiple platforms, even with all the controversy like Neil Young pulling his music.
I think it's big news.
Paradoxically, going non-exclusive seems to have boosted his visibility. The algorithms on different platforms push it, and it reinforces that whole free speech platform brand image. It's actually quite a smart play.
So wrapping it up, it seems like it's this potent combination. Getting in early, having that unique background and persona, the authentic long-form style, choosing guests that generate buzz, connecting deeply with a specific audience, and making some really smart business decisions.
Exactly. It all works together. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? The sheer endurance of JRE points to this strong demand for media that feels authentic, that favors open chat over perfectly polished narratives, even if it means wading into controversy. So the question for you, maybe, is what does this trend mean for how we all consume information going forward? What does it say about what we're looking for in our media?